Hi everyone, today we're talking about one of my favourite stocks on the stock market, which I don't actually have any investment in. I did own a bit of Adobe stock earlier on in the year, but then it had a big massive spike and I sold, and looking back maybe I should have held it a little bit longer, especially when it's one of my favourite companies, but I kind of took them profits and I invested it in somewhere else. And you know, you do have to keep rotating your money to make money in the stock market in this day and age. You know, you can hold on positions for a very long time, but I kind of, even though I'm a long-term investor, I'm quite active, and I just felt like at the time it was a good point to sell it, and it did drop, but since then it's obviously gone up a lot more. And I nearly invested into Adobe again, I think it was 2 months ago, when it was back down at 240, and I think Facebook and Alibaba were on a dip at the time, and I kind of like invested into Facebook and held back for Alibaba for a little bit, and then invested into there. So in terms of investing in Adobe stock, I was very close to investing again in it, and I never did. But it is one of my favourite companies that I'm not invested in, and I watch it very closely every day. And we're just going to go through the earnings because it were pretty solid earnings in their Q3 report, and then I'm going to just talk about my opinion on Adobe and if I'm going to be investing into Adobe in the future. So on Thursday, Adobe Adobe released their Q3. Which it pretty much went up in like the pre-market, and then it went down a bit, and then I think people looked into the fine detail and realised how strong of a Q3 it was, and realised actually this is a really good earnings report, and then it jumped back up again in pre-market, and it closed, I think it was about just over 2% on Thursday, or Friday should I say. So Adobe released earnings on Thursday, and it came in with 1.73 a share, up 57% year over year. Sales climbed 24% to 2.29 million. Analysts expected to earn 1.69 a share on sales of 2.25 billion. So quite a nice beat, really. Not crazy like, but it's what we've kind of expected from Adobe over the while. It's been a long time, I think, since they've missed an earnings. I think the last 3 have pretty much beaten earnings. So it's a very safe company to beat earnings. The only problem with that is that it kind of has the expectation it's going to beat earnings, so when it doesn't, we could see a bit of a dip on it. Always something to be careful of. For the current quarter, Adobe expected to earn an adjusted 1.87 a share, up 48% on sales to 2.42 billion, up 20%. Wall Street was modelling Adobe to earn 1.86 a share on sales of 2.4 billion. And when you kind of like get stuck into the detail of the actual earnings report, the big thing that I'm a fan of is that subscription model. And you look at the subscription model, and that was up 30% year on year for the first 3 quarters, and that was up to 5.7 billion. I think over the year it was forecast for Adobe to get somewhere between 8 billion revenue, and I think that's now gone up to 9 billion because of all the beats that they've had. I remember that from when I was looking into the company quite early on. So it was a really good earnings report. We kind of expected it from Adobe, but it's such a great company. Like, it's such a leading brand in its area. Well-run company. The subscription model is absolutely amazing, and yeah, I'm just a big fan of Adobe overall. The P is about 55, which is slightly high. That's what puts me off. It's at all-time highs at 270, which is kind of not a great thing as well. The forward P is 35, so that's kind of a little bit high. You look at Microsoft, that I'm a big fan of, and that's 25, so you can kind of see that I'd like it to be a little bit lower. Potentially, if I was to get in this, I'd like it to drop to 255, 250 for me to consider probably getting into it. But at the moment, after that earnings report, we'll probably see it go up to about 280, 290 in the next 2 weeks. So it makes it unlikely to go down to that price. But I absolutely love Adobe. It's a company that I'd love to get back into at some point. I don't know when I will or if I will, but it is one of my favourite companies that I like to watch. And you know, potentially pick up some shares. Like I say, it's a little bit overpriced for me at the moment. There's no question that it's going to go up over the coming months and years. But can you get it at a better price when it has a little bit of a dip? Possibly. so I'll probably wait for that dip. And I have also got a lot of tech companies in my portfolio right now, which pretty would mean that I'd probably have to sell one of them to justify getting another tech company in there. I don't want to go too tech heavy. I like to have a bit of a diversified portfolio. So if I was going to sell Adobe, I'd probably more than likely have to sell one of my tech stocks, which I don't really want to do right now, to be fair. I'm quite happy with them all. So it's a difficult one, to be fair. And as much as I'm a fan of Adobe, right now isn't the time that I want to get in, but I would have it down as a buy. I recommend it as a great stock. Really good earnings, and we'll see what happens, guys. Adobe might feature on this channel a lot more at some point during the year. It's one that I watch closely, so I probably will make quite a few videos of it. And that's the video for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for all the likes recently, the subscribers. Been really good support, and I'll see you on the next video, guys.